It is the SHW Off-Road Daily Drop. I'm Jake Tillman. I'm with SHW Off-Road. I'm in sales and marketing. I do these drops, daily drops, every single day. So if you've been here before, thanks for coming back. If it's your first time, welcome to the channel. Hopefully I'll have some really cool people join me in the next couple of weeks. I know I've said that since day one that I want to have some other guests on the channel, and it will be coming because there are so many people out there that I know, or I have friends of friends that just know way more than me. They're way more intelligent. They've done this longer, that kind of stuff. So I've got some cool stuff down the pipeline. If you watch these things and you've got something to add to the channel, message me, drop a comment. I'd love to have you on. We'll talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. If it's something that I think is going to add value to the community, let's make it happen. But today we're going to talk about seat deletes versus sleeping platforms, and we're sticking in SUVs today. It is one of the most common questions I get here at SHW Off-Road about how our sleeping platforms work. I'm going to break it down really quick. There's a difference between sleeping platforms and seat delete sleep systems. Excuse me, I got itchy nose today. Sleeping platforms usually retain the rear seats. That's how our sleeping platforms work. You keep the rear seats, you fold them down, and then it uses that folded rear seat for support. And then the sleeping platform attaches to the drawer system. Depends on the manufacturer on how it does it. Ours, we just use an aluminum L, and then we sandwich that sleeping platform with the front seat. Okay, so that is the sleeping platform. A seat delete, you delete the rear seat. The seat delete's gone. It has a structure, a framing structure underneath the platform. Platform goes on top, and it makes a seamless system, drawer system to seat delete all the way to the front seats. So two different ways of doing it. Sleeping platform pros, they're not permanent. Okay, and neither are seat deletes, but they're harder to reverse. So sleeping platforms are not permanent. They're easy to reverse. They're quick to deploy. They're very simple. Okay, like I said, all our sleeping platform is it's a cut of 3/4 ply. It's got an aluminum angle, and then depending on the vehicle, it's got a leg that extends down to the back of the rear seat when it's folded down, and that is all it is. Okay, some of the cons to the kind of our approach to the sleeping platform. It's really not meant to be deployed during driving for the most part, right? It uses the first row seats to hold it into place. It's not super safe to have it just chilling during driving. It's not permanent, okay? So it's really not great for that kind of setup. It also isn't great if you're trying to just have a ton of storage underneath the sleeping platform, right? The seats are still in, so if you're the kind of person that wants to remove the seats, it's probably not for you, usually. We have a lot of customers that take our sleeping platform, add legs to them, and then essentially it is a seat delete. Works well. You need to find a way to anchor it down, right? You should screw it down to the drawer system and then probably tie down the opposite end as well. So some people make our sleeping platforms work like seat deletes, but in general, that's not what they were designed for. Sleeping platforms are great for people that use their vehicle for all kinds of stuff, right? If it's not a dedicated trail rig or camping or adventure vehicle, you need your rear seats sometimes, whether that's for cargo, for kids, for pets, that kind of stuff. So if that's you, sleeping platform is great, right? Because you can deploy it, have your sleep system, you can pull it out in like 45 seconds, and then you've got your rear seats back. You just fold the rear seats out. So that is the sleeping platform approach to sleep systems in a vehicle. Then you have seat delete / sleep systems, right? So a seat delete creates in an SUV, if you buy it in a sleep system, you've got the seat delete, and then let's say we're talking goose gear, you've got kind of an elevated platform plate system that goes all the way from the hatch, and what that creates is a flat platform from hatch to the front seats, and so you have this kind of seamless area to lay on. But underneath the seat deletes, right, you have no seats anymore. So you usually have access panels to the storage cubbies underneath. You can put tons of gear under there. It's really, really cool. So some of the pros, you get more storage space with this approach. You're more permanently anchored into the vehicle, right? So you can deploy it while driving. You don't need to take it in and out. It's safe to keep it installed, right? And it's seamless. The cons, on the flip side, it's permanent. It's permanently anchored, right? So if you want to go from 1 week having this sleep system to the next being able to carry a couple adults in the back seat, it is a pain to uninstall the whole seat delete and then reinstall your seats just to carry that passenger. So if that's you, if you're often doing that, that's probably not a great solution for you. It's also, it's just not easy, to reverse. So it's really great for dedicated rigs, vehicles that really are dedicated to riding trails or going camping and stuff like that. I think I should show you a couple of these really quick, a couple of examples of these. So really the first that comes to mind here when it comes to a sleep system, like a plate system, is Goose Gear. And the 5th Gen 4Runner is really, really popular. But here it is. You got a plate. There you go. Now you should be able to see. You've got a plate down here, and you've got seat deletes up front with some access panels, and it is a seamless flat plane that you can sleep on. They have an elevated version too, I believe, which gets it off the floor and goes all the way to the front seats. Really sweet, really clean, really clean. Then you have our approach when it comes to sleeping platforms. And you'll see pretty quick, it's different. All right, so this is an ultralight drawer system in a 5th Gen 4Runner. And here are our seat deletes, or excuse me, our sleeping platforms. Your seat is still in, and it is resting on the back of that seat with a little leg. And as you can probably tell, it's at a slight incline. Because when you put weight on that, when you put your body on it, it's going to compress your seat cushions. It should pull it close to level. Might end up with a slight incline still, but that's better than a decline. And actually a relatively natural position to sleep in. Okay, and it just rests with an aluminum L, and it's wedged into place using the front seat. Okay, so those are the two approaches, right? You've got seat deletes and you've got sleeping platforms. This is back when we did natural systems, but it gives you another look at how the sleeping platforms work. And this is, again, a 5th Gen 4Runner. So there you go. That's the difference. Sleeping platforms versus seat delete sleep systems. They're pros and cons. If you have questions on it, if you've got something to add, let us know. Reach out, shwoffroad.com. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about snatch straps versus recovery, like kinetic ropes versus toe straps. It's a great conversation. Not everyone knows the difference. If you don't know the difference, join me tomorrow. Or watch anyway, even if you do know the difference, so that you can teach me and maybe add to the conversation if there's something I can miss. So I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching today. As always, we'll see you next time.